Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. And in internet news in the United States, and before we dive in, I want to basically let you know, if you're a longtime listener, follower, etc., you know I really don't dive into politics and all of that, but I'm going to have to just a little bit here, but again, just the facts. Here's what's going on, because millions of Americans could lose internet connectivity soon. Now, here's what's going on, and this is a very interesting article by Brian Fung of CNN. Now, millions of Americans are facing a little known but fast approaching financial cliff that essentially is a catastrophe that policy experts say is preventable if Congress acts, but they need to act quickly. Now, again, not getting political here, we all know we have a deeply divided Congress with the very slimmest of majorities, essentially, for the Republicans and all of that. And so basically there's a lot of infighting, et cetera, on both sides. Again, not getting political, but this is essentially who needs to fix this. Now, as soon as May, more than 23 million U.S. households risk being basically kicked off their internet plans, or they face vastly increasing bills that force them to pay hundreds of more per year to get online, and that's according to the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC. Now, this looming disaster could affect nearly 1 in 5 households nationwide, 20%, or nearly 60 million Americans, if you're going by Census Bureau population estimates. Now, such broad disruptions to internet access would basically affect people's ability to do things like schoolwork, seek jobs, or even perform jobs, because quite frankly, a lot of them are done remotely now, as we all know, visit doctors virtually, refill prescriptions online, connect to public services, and all of that. And on top of it, it also widens the digital divide. And that's one of the big issues that we've got. The internet really is one of those rising tides that raises all boats, because with access to the internet means advancement. And if you're not without the internet because it's too cost prohibitive for you, you are hindered in many different ways, in both education, but also job advancement as well, which obviously does no good for the economy. And so the question is, what is driving this? Now, the crisis is linked to a government program that is expected to run out of funding by the end of April. It's known as the Affordable Connectivity Program, and it's a benefit that provides discounts on internet service valued up to $30 per month to qualifying low-income households, or up to $75 per month for eligible people on tribal lands. Now, lawmakers have known for months about this approaching deadline. This obviously is a huge thing, yet Congress is nowhere near close to approving the $6 billion that President Biden says basically would be needed to renew that program, the ACP, and avert this issue for tens of millions of Americans, 60 million per estimates. Now, last week, congressional leaders basically missed what advocates say was the best legislative opportunity for funding the ACP, the 11th hour budget deal designed to avert that government shutdown. But apparently the can was kicked down the road, and so we're going to be doing this for a while. Now, the bill text released basically last week also includes no money for the program, heightening the odds of an emergency that is literally going to put financial distress on roughly 60 million Americans that apparently qualify as low income. Now, I understand, on terms of, I'm not a big fan of taxes myself and whatnot, but there are things I do think that we should be spending on, because in terms of the long-term viability, growth, and health of a country, you need proper infrastructure. You need people that are educated if you're going to be moving ahead. You need the connectivity that the internet brings. At this point, it's essentially a utility. It's not a luxury. And so by virtue of that, it's something that I think is beyond important. If we are going to, basically have the next generation of engineers, developers, all that kind of stuff, artificial intelligence creators, Terminators, whatever, the internet is beyond important. So there you go. That's what I think. And again, I'm not getting political here. I don't care what your political beliefs are, but I think that if you're looking at the best interest long term of the United States, everybody having internet and having the ability to gain access to education and improve is essentially the name of the game. And I think that's an important one. So there you go. And hopefully it'll get passed, and hopefully we won't see disruptions to the internet. But given the divisions we see in Congress, I think it's a very real possibility, and I really hope I'm wrong on that statement. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.